Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Greetings. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome to Slay the Princess. A horror game about love, apparently. About a princess trapped in a basement or dungeon or what have you that you've got to slay, apparently. Other than that, well, you probably know more than me, don't you? Let's get right into it, shall we? Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ooh, voiced narration. That'll give my old vocal cords a bit of a rest.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
As we know it?
No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Some people would consider the no more people thing to not be problematic at all. I am not one of those people. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world? Do you have a single fact to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I don't know. Maybe I could have just taken a walk in the woods. Or maybe... And anyways, just because I'm on the path to complete an important task, that doesn't mean that it's actually a good thing to do. Ending the world is a very important task, but you obviously don't want that to happen. Yeah. How can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics.
Fuck you!
You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
What kind of shit is that? Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
All the more reason for you to explain quickly rather than deflecting.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
But why?
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
This guy is... Bloody hell. This guy is even more suspect than the one from the Stanley Parable. At least that one had gave me perfectly good reasons for doing the things I'm doing. Hey, hey, things are weird. Go this way to figure out why things are weird. Although we never actually did figure out why all our co-workers vanished. Sweet! I've always wanted to off a monarch! Viva la revolution! Can someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules.
What is with our cursor, anyways? Are we some kind of bird man? Or is that just a really bad hangnail?
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But
Maybe a
unfortunately for
claw.
the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it.
Of course
It's
it
a
is.
special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I don't know, man. I've got a pretty wild imagination. Also, you're still deflecting. This isn't a good way to convince people to do what you want, you know? Maybe he does know. Maybe you're smarter than I think you are, narrator. What if you want the world to end? Assuming the world would even end if the princess escapes. Maybe you just want maybe you want me to save the princess and you're doing some kind of reverse psychology sort of thing. Either that or you're just an unhelpful prick. Either could be the case. You got a choice between either doing what he says and killing her, saving her, which might also be what he wants. Oh. You know what? Yeah. I just don't know. You're not giving me anywhere near enough information to actually decide. So you know what I'm going to choose? I'm going to choose not to choose. I am going to turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
Seriously.
Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Oh, but yes, actually, I do know. Away from whatever the hell you want me to do. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I am not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yep.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong.
Who the fuck are you?
Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Voice of the hero? Who, me?
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, he said we. Is he another voice in my head, huh? Voice of the hero.
That's strange.
What?
It looks like this path also leads to
Oh,
the cabin.
you bastard.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave
Really keen
again.
on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Well, maybe I'd be more interested if you did more than outline the situation and actually told me any of the details. But no, you've got to be a cryptic prick. Maybe I'm not the one being selfish here. Clearly. Good. Maybe everyone should die. That's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them without any fucking explanation beyond the bassist.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess.
I mean, that's assuming there is anyone aside from us here. I certainly haven't seen anyone.
And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
Sure. I'm sure this would be both of us doing what's in our best interests. But I don't want you to get what's in your best interests. Have you ever considered that?
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that?
Oh,
You're
for
at the cabin
fuck's
again.
sake.
Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh, yeah. The universe. Cut the crap, narrator. You think you can control me by twisting reality around me with your narration? Fuck off. Well, I can't control reality, but I can control my actions. And I say, oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Very easy to say. Is it true? I don't know. All I know is that it's the wrong one for you. You have treated me like a mushroom thus far, kept me in the dark and fed me shit. Don't expect me to just go along with whatever you say without any actual explanation.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Strange voices in the woods distributing quests is no basis for our heroic journey.
At first, it's
Easily.
little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Oh.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Okay.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Boy, he's getting really desperate now, isn't he? Well then, I'll just have to keep going between them.
Wait,
Shall I?
what's going on?
Good fucking question, hero.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you?
Glad you've noticed.
It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
And whose fault is that, narrator? Whose fault is that?
You talk about my responsibility. What about your responsibility as the narrator to give me purpose, to give me reason? What about you shirking your responsibility to fill in the gaps in the world? But you care more about being a cryptic jackass than about the fate of the world, don't you?
You've doomed us all, you know that, right?
Have
But of
I?
course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
But I don't know that, do I? That's the crux of the matter, isn't it? You've given me no reason to believe that. You've just relied on your authority as the narrator.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh, apparently not. Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're
So
on
much
a
for the world
path
ending.
in the woods,
Uh,
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
oh, god damn it, he's put a wall up, hasn't he? Well, I guess I better learn to climb. All you're talking about the world ending only to reset me back here. Do you really think that'll make me more likely to think that the stakes are all massive?
You're here to slay her.
Yeah. I've heard
If you
this
don't,
before.
it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. It's like, oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
Pardon me? You're trying to trick me, aren't you? Now that's a terrible lie. Why would you lie like that? Maybe you're just a bad liar, I don't know.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
That is a possibility. Maybe he really doesn't remember. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Oh, you're new. Voice of the Contrarian. I think we are going to get along like a house on fire. Screaming, burning, people dying, all that good stuff.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I
Yeah.
wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Yeah. I like this voice.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Look around. I mean, I just wandered off endlessly into the forest, and all I found was more cabins. Who's here to die if the world ends? I haven't even seen a single wildlife creature. Not a single squirrel or deer or anything. That's weird. I don't even hear them. I didn't even notice at first, but I don't hear a single bird call, a single anything. Not even the rustle of leaves. Is there even any wind? I don't know.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Fair point.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
What is with these voices anyways? Voice of the hero, voice of the contrarian. These like different parts of my mind, like Sigma and Sucker were. If so, that would make sense why I got the voice of the contrarian after being a contrarian. Curious. Does that mean the narrator is also part of my mind? Am I though? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, they are the same voice actor. I'm fairly certain they sound like the same voice actor, but that might not mean anything. They could have only had budget for like one voice actor, or maybe two if the princess has one. I don't know. I haven't seen the princess yet. It's been like 20 minutes, and I haven't seen the princess in Slay the Princess, although not unintentionally. Let's see. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Oh yeah, that makes sense, except for the part where it makes no sense whatsoever. Why the fuck would there be just random walls in the woods? The whole point of the woods is that you can get lost in them. Yeah, it's fucking lie. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Well, when you put it like that... No.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
And why should I believe a word you say? Same could be said, so easily said about you, narrator.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Maybe? Who knows?
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Man after my own heart, or voice after my own heart.
Let's keep an open mind.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The cabin interior is wrong.
What
A
the?
confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the
Whoa.
place to make any sense.
That's odd. Which all shifts. The stars beneath. This is. Alright. This might be the sort of place that would hold a creature capable of ending the world.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Look at those. Look at those table legs. It's like an optical illusion. It's hard to tell where some of them are even attached. Oh. This is not a natural place.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Good point. Actually, what if this lady is capable of ending the world? Why would she not be capable of, you know, killing us? And if she is like temporarily helpless or whatever because she's locked away, then why would we need a knife?
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Fucking look at this place. Does any of this seem simple or straightforward? I mean, just the whole idea of a princess locked in a basement going to end the world if she comes out is not a very straightforward or simple premise. The fuck are you talking about?
You can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong.
Exactly, hero.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
Doing a bang-up job so far.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Going insane to own the narrator. I like the way you think.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
Yeah, good point.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
I think you need to get better at yours.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Fair enough.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Contrarian advising to go with the flow. Funny that. But not bad advice. Aside from it obviously being real, I'm not entirely certain about that.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Yep, killing some lady that supposedly will end the world. Oh yeah, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. What's up with that?
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, we might not actually be a disembodied protagonist. We might have a body, a weird, taloned body.
You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
See, you're making it really hard to trust you, narrator. You know that, right? Like, even if I wanted to trust you, not only are you're constantly leaving out details and but just to be weird and cryptic. And sure, maybe you don't see the mirror for whatever reason, even though you seem to be the one that's fucking creating this world sometimes. But that's even more reason not to trust you, not less.
There's definitely a mirror.
Exactly.
There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Be careful, could be reverse psychology. Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? You waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Hang on. Why can't I load? Okay, here we go. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. I just realized you can't see me posing dramatically. Whatever.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important.
Hey, looking our best is important for being a dashing hero and all that.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Yeah, who are you gonna believe, me or your own eyes?
So we're all in agreement then. We're looking.
Yeah, I suppose.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
It's a little funny. Alright, let's wipe it clean. See what we look like.
You reach forward and
Oh,
rub
you
your hand
motherfucker.
against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I do look a bit ridiculous. What the bloody hell? Yeah, those are definitely talons of some description. What are those odd white things, though? I'm not really certain what I'm looking at.
But it was there a second ago.
Until he described it away.
Now it's gone.
Something, I don't know.
You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
That's the spirit. Alright, Take the blade?
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I don't need a knife. I've got these guns.
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that.
Oh, I just realized I changed my cursor. Stab, stab, stab.
Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
You're not wrong there,
It
Contrarian.
really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Alright, let's hold it the other way.
You switch your grip on the
Oh
blade.
yeah,
Congratulations.
that does look cooler.
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
I love the Contrarian voice. Yes!
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
I beg to differ. Style always matters. That's why I'm wearing a suit right now, even though you can't see it. Throw the blade out the window. Oh, if it doesn't matter? Bling!
Yes, do it.
Oh, I love this guy. His enthusiasm for being a contrarian asshole is infectious.
Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
Hearing your long, suffering voice makes it all worth it, even if I get eaten by a Gru.
We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
Bought the t-shirt.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
I don't know about that. I don't think we can stab the world fraying at the seams. Not having a weapon might make us look. Hang on. Hang on one fucking second. Let me go back for a second. Let me check something.
You take
Yeah.
the blade. Okay. Then how are we
Okay.
supposed to hold
Look at
it?
the windows.
The other one. It really.
Look at that window. And that
Switch
window.
your grip on the blade. Yeah.
See anything?
It really doesn't
No.
matter. Just
It looks normal. It just looks like a touched window.
yes. Seriously.
Until
You throw the blade at the window, glass showering.
there we go. Shut up. Both windows shattered. Isn't that a bit peculiar? Right?
We'll be fine. I'm not so.
Alright. Done is done. Good luck, hero.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
What in the MC Escher? Yeah, I'm not certain a knife would do much good here.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
I don't know. This place could be pretty cool. Would be pretty interesting to live in. Although, imagine how many stairs I'll have to walk up to commute. Ugh.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No? See, this is why we come down here without a weapon. That, you know, we seem more approachable and all that. Otherwise, well, because you know, when you're dealing with eldritch horrors, you don't want to make it obvious that you're coming down there with the civic intent to stab them in the throat and eat their bodies. I know that from experience.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Well said, hero.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Is that an option?
We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And
true.
he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
And what is that?
And what's that?
Like I said.
That the fate of the world hinges on your success? there'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
I love the way you think, Contrarian. At least we can take comfort in that great constant. That is a cheering thought. Harsh stairs, soft stairs. Brave ones, foolish ones, both walk not the middle road.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
Is this some kind of metaphor for this game?
You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else.
Yeah, this is definitely a metaphor.
And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways.
I feel like I accidentally stumbled into some weird meta secret ending or something. Well, those are always the best endings to get first. Let's go.
But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Alright.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Well, this is a pretty sketchy path.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Oh, that was sudden. Pain and all those were opposites, but pain and unfamiliarity were also opposed. That's odd. In this chapter 2, this chapter is also called The Stranger.
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
Good fucking question.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Attaboy, contrarian. So is this the princess then? She doesn't look like much. Decent rack, I suppose. Then again, I wouldn't look like much if I was trapped in a basement for, I have no idea how long. Maybe an eternity, maybe no time at all. Well, who knows?
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Why am I here? I never knew that to begin with. Only what you told me. I didn't know that either.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I suppose. Normal, one word for it. Not sure. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
No, not really. To all of those questions. Do you?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is.
I guess that's why it's called The Stranger.
Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart.
I suppose so. Man. I wasn't expecting this, but the Contrarian is just a constant source of optimism and cheerfulness. I like him. He reminds me of me.
If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
Or maybe she has no cards.
It's
Like me.
okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
What the fuck?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that?
Apparently. Ah. Our very own harem of one. Yeah.
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it's because the cabin fractured into a million fractals because of us trying to get away from it. Maybe.
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
I mean, we weren't here before. This is our first time here.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Is it? I'm not so certain. Words of wisdom, what rot. You gave me nothing but faff and nonsense.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Subtitles are inaccurate there. He said and, but the subtitles say but. That's odd. Is that actually a notable thing of the story, or is it just an error? I don't know. He's telling us to unthink them if it's not already too late. Is that why he didn't want to give us many details? Because the thoughts weaseling in their head will change the reality? That?
New plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Yeah. Enough ruminations. Let's just try and push this as far as we can. There's more of you now.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
The middle one, probably.
Could always start by retrieving the blade.
And going all the way up those staircases again. Good fucking luck with that. Couldn't we just, if I was going to kill her, couldn't I just strangle her? Or something? I don't know.
The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us.
Would it even help?
Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Well, if you think that, time to make things worse.
Princess.
That's your name, Princess?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
None of them have names.
Unless princesses. I suppose. Then again, I might forget my name if I spent an eternity down here.
How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Not having a name doesn't make someone untrustworthy, narrator. None of us have names. And getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Good fucking question. Also, fuck you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here.
You'd think that, but no.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
It's like different aspects. What? I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
I don't know.
Stop.
Different choice for each of them, maybe?
Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I guess we'll make a decision then. Don't have any other choice? Let's see, I'm getting you out of here. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything. Leave her in the basement. Regretfully think about that time you threw the plate out the window. Alright, let's choose all of them, apparently.
Wait, that's not right.
You're telling me.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
I contain multitudes, I suppose.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Huh.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
This is the way the world ends.
But this... we can't...
What the fuck?
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
I'm, drawing a blank here, man.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
But I interest you in everything, all of the time.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Oh.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Oh. 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 You are beautiful. Magnificent.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
I don't know.
We should help her. I think we did this.
Did we? What did we do?
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
It's never too late.
Please.
What are you even asking? What answer could I even give you? The illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. But you don't know if she had the chance to hear your silence. She's gone. Replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't even know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
Awful? It's a perfectly acceptable mirror. And unless you're talking about the threads behind it. Are those threads? Roots? It's like I'm looking at nothing. There's so many things that it could be, but it isn't. It's just indistinct shapes. Absolutely nothing. Nothing comprehensible. Nothing like looking at one of those pictures that are designed to show you how people who are having a stroke view the world.
Then what the hell are we supposed to do?
Nothing. Narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
What? If we're here, then how could the world have ended? How could there be anything? Even nothing.
Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
You're supposed to look at the mirror, maybe?
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
What else can I do?
No. Don't do that.
There's no other choice, not even to do nothing. Not without exiting the game, I suppose. And I can't do that, can I?
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I don't have much of a choice, do I? And the mirror never scared you before. You guys were cheering me on to go and examine it.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
Chin up, man. This isn't like you. You're a hero, aren't you? You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body. It's you. What? I can just make out... What is that? Fur? Feathers? Are those... wings? Maybe I am a bird creature. But then, why can't I see my face? Do I not have one? Or is it just obscured in darkness? I can't tell. Not with this art style. I can't make out anything, really. Except indistinct shapes. I might even have 4 wings. Is that a leg or part of a wing? I don't know. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin. It's those hands again.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
That's not very helpful, is it? What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Huh. Like a mind without a body. Without being embodied, it cannot have a perspective, and therefore it cannot be. But then how can it wish? Or is it just... I'm a person, I suppose. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
A very handy fellow?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Body.
These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Huh.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
So, judging by the dialogue, I think I might have been right about sort of stumbling into something I wasn't supposed to stumble into this early. Huh. Yeah, isn't that just like me? Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
True enough. A stupid question, perhaps. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
That's not necessarily true. Just because you only just now stirred to consciousness, that doesn't mean you couldn't have... And that's not necessarily a confirmation that you didn't. Just that you're just saying that you couldn't have. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
That's tautological. But were you always this princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Yes. Obviously. Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Why? What is here in the first place? Why did we arrive here? Or do you mean...
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
That's meaningless. A painless death is just as bad as a painful one. If this is a death. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
That's not an answer. I'm still not certain if the narrator is or is not part of me.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Again, not an answer. What is us? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
How? How do you know? And do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
How do you know this? Where? People are always telling me that they know things, but they've yet to actually give me any reason to believe them. Unless you're talking about the world that I, the player, live in. But then, why would you be meant to reach that one? Well, I suppose you are, since you're reaching it now, as a game. But I don't know if they're going that meta.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Why would I want to forget?
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Oh. Perhaps I was right. Perhaps perhaps I was right about my perspective, so to speak, or the things I know, the things I think, and all that being what shape reality. And that's why there's nothing here. That's why the only way to go back is to forget. Perhaps. I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Deflection. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Damn it. It's impossible to get a straight answer out of either of you, isn't it? Seems like the only ones I can get a straight answer out of are the voices in my head, and they know only what I know. More or less. Or only what I could know. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
But you will live, won't you? And and all that lives fears to die, if it has the mind to think of such things. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
So, what? 7? I don't know. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
And what if I tell you I'm not going back?
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh, the game exited. Alright then. I think things are, in fact, getting a bit meta here.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Alright then. Only choice then, besides stopping here. And you know we can't do that. This is the only way it could have gone. Alright, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark. And you die. Spiral Vessel. Bring the stranger to her. Chapter 1. The Hero and the
You're
Princess.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
It's got an achievement. The real Slay the Princess starts here. Okay then.
You're
So we're
here
back
to
here
slay
then.
her.
And we've got the same option. Huh. Well then. That was, something. This is going to be a interesting game, I can tell. Huh. So, oh man, I'm gonna give myself a headache thinking about this. And here I thought this was going to be a bit of a break from Salic's story, Salic's games, the False series and all that, and, you know, a bit more comprehensible. But no, this is just as mind-fucking as his. James, bloody hell. Well, maybe not quite as mind-fucking. Those were pretty crazy. But certainly in the same league. Well, this seems like a good place to stop. Just that one pathway, it took me over an hour to get through. Well then. So, next time, I guess we collect more perspective for her and for me. Because that's what those... I can't imagine the princess is going to be like that in all things. It seems like... Like maybe the princess takes a different form each playthrough? That would make sense. That would be, you know, the reason why she was like fracturing, you know? Like a bunch of different ones from different pathways that you could take, or something like that. And that's what that's probably also what these voices are. Because I got the voice of Contrarian, but the other choices might give me different ones. Perhaps. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot that I don't know. And we're going to figure that out together. Or not, if you've already played or watched this. Then you're going to watch me stumble in the dark, like a sadist. Asshole. But that's for the rest of you. We're going through this together, aren't we, old pal? More or less. But until next time, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.